first grade scientists, put on your lab coats because today we're going to do an experiment to test an idea I had. I think that I can move these little pieces of rice without even touching them. It sounds like magic, but it's actually science. The first thing any good scientist does before they start an experiment is ask a good question based on information that they already know. We know that sound comes from vibrations called sound waves, and vibrations can make things move. So my question is, can I move this rice using only the sound from my speaker? The second thing a good scientist does is create an experiment and test out their idea. Today, for our experiment, we stretched a piece of plastic over a cup, we placed our little pieces of rice on top, and we set up our speaker next to it. Then we're going to press play and see what happens.
I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes.
Next thing the scientist does is make observations. That means that we think about what we saw and heard during our experiment. What did we see? Our rice moved! Sometimes, to really get to the bottom of an idea, scientists have to ask more questions. We know that quieter sounds make smaller vibrations, and louder sounds make bigger vibrations. So my question is, what if I change the volume or make the sound from the speaker louder or quieter? Let's see. First, let's see what happens when we make the sound quieter.
I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes.
Now let's see what happens to our rice when we turn the volume way up. This is going to be pretty loud, so you might want to turn your computer volume down.
I love my white shoes. 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 I love my white.
First grade scientists, did you make any observations that time? Did the rice move more or less when the sound was quiet? Did the rice move more or less when the sound was loud? The last thing a scientist does after an experiment is draw conclusions. A conclusion is the information that you learned from your experiment. In our case, we learned, yes, the sound from my speaker can move rice. That's all we have for this experiment. I hope you had fun. If you followed along at home, send me a video or some pictures through Classroom Dojo. Thanks, and see you next time.